If you guys have been following us closely, you will have noticed that we started a new shorts channel. And on that channel, we told you that there was some huge, exciting news to come to the RC world. This affects literally everybody in RC, okay? But if you happened to miss our shorts channel and what we've been doing over there, would you call me crazy if I took a perfectly good battery, theoretically perfectly good, and see this? You know what this is, right? This is balance lead. Anybody? Okay.
Oh my god.
First of all, never do that at home. That actually melted to the scissors. Okay? Do not do that at home ever. Right? But the reason I did that is because to me and to all of you watching, this battery is, still use it, don't actually throw it away, but garbage, okay? And we have now batteries that exist in the RC world with no balance lead. Right? I never thought that I would see this, but I can tell you that the balance lead, that tiny little...
Falling asleep.
That tiny little stubby wire sticking off of these batteries have been the biggest pain in the butt with batteries. We all just deal with them because we feel like we have to, right? When you're plugging it into your charger, you're trying to get that plugged in and get the battery in the bag if you use a LiPo bag, and you should. And when you're putting it in your RC, it's like if it's in the car, it's like the battery wire is in the way and you're trying to tuck it under the Velcro strap, or you're, you know, in an airplane, it's just always in the way. And finally, we don't have to worry about that. But not just having a stupid little thing that's physically in the way. Now when you go to charge this battery, you plug only one thing in to your charger. You don't have to think about how many cells this is anymore. You plug it into your charger, you press go, it knows, and it does the rest. Now, I've been in this hobby hard for 8 solid years, and you might think that I'm geeking out over this.
Because you are.
Because I am. I'm allowed to. Let me have this moment. And you, if you're in the RC hobby, should also be geeking out over this. This is amazing. This is groundbreaking. No more balance lead. What are they going to think of next? Just eliminate the battery altogether? And it just is air powered or something? That's, you know, you don't even think of these things. We thought we just had to deal with the balance lead forever. So we've got a nice big pile of RC goodness right here. We're not just going to take a look at this small battery together. We've got truck guys on the channel, so we want to take a look at some big 5,000 milliamp batteries, some 2S, all the way up to 6S batteries. We're going to open these together. And we also, not just battery technology here, and there's more to that battery than just what I've said. We've got a new charger, a new generation of charger that goes with these batteries. However, know that this is backwards compatible with the old batteries, and the old batteries are backward compatible with the new chargers. They're all vice versa. You can use the new batteries on the old charger. You can use the old batteries on the new charger, is what I'm trying to say. I've not opened this yet. We're going to do that together on this channel. I might just charge a battery in this video. We'll see. But we all get to drool over this new technology together. I know some things about this, some insider information, so we can go ahead and get a little bit of info out there for you guys. Like, did you know, if you really have been living under a rock for a while, the last generation of these batteries would auto discharge, okay? That means if you charged 3 and you went out to the field and you only flew 2, that last battery that was fully charged, you'd have to take home, plug into your charger, and let it storage charge, okay, if you were smart with your batteries. I forget to do that all the time, so I say that, but I forget all the time. The old generation of battery would auto discharge to a storage level automatically. These new ones will do that too, but it does it 3 times faster. It dissipates the heat a bit quicker in there, so no longer does it take a day or 2 days to get to that storage level. It will, and you can change this if you want to, discharge even faster. So there's more to this than just cutting a balance lead off of a battery. This is amazing technology. Let's get in and talk about these things. So there's a couple things about this charger, specifically the S2200, that I'm ridiculously excited about. I want to show you guys a couple of these batteries before we dive into this though. But to you geeks out there that like to know your wattage, this is a 380 watt charger. Then they have another version that's a 400 watt charger. This has the ability to charge 2 batteries at once. And if you're charging just 1 battery at a time, then you will actually get extra juice, extra wattage over to the one side, so you can charge that 1 battery faster. So I know we got some truck guys watching, and you just saw these soft packs. Let's take a look at a truck battery. This is something that Abby and I would run in a lot of our vehicles. So we have a nice hard case battery. What does a hard case battery look like with only one connection lead coming out of it? Well, there you go. Isn't that beautiful? There's no balance lead to mess with. That means, you guys, have you ever been mud running in a crawler or a basher and you've got your battery and it's fairly exposed and you just get mud and water and muck in there and your balance lead gets all gunked up with mud? After a good mud running day, I've had to let it dry because you can't like hose that off, it's a battery, right? And take a toothpick and dig all of that dust and dirt and gunk and muck out of there. Now we don't have to worry about that. We only have our main connection lead to worry about, and that's going to be nice and secure inside the other portion of the battery connector. So we don't have to worry about the cleaning up after the fact or anything. I cannot tell you how big of a deal this is. The simple fact that the balance lead is gone. The thing with these batteries too is I've been using these Spektrum Smart batteries Gen 1 for about a year and a half or so now since they've been out. And I can tell you confidently that they're some of the best performing batteries that we actually own. So I know this is going to sound very salesy, but I would not say these things if I did not really truly believe in them. So check it out. There's a G2 battery. That's a hard case 3-cell LiPo. Let's take a look at another smaller soft battery. This is going to be one of our most commonly used batteries. Cut that factory seal together with you guys. So this is what I fly on more often than not. And I mean, I'm up on a 4S battery now a lot of times, but this guy is a 3S 2200. If you've never flown something on a 3S 2200, you've probably never flown anything. So here's going to be one of your most common batteries. There's one main lead coming out of that.
Smart.
It's just amazing to pull that out.
You're so happy.
I've probably charged close to, if not easily, 10,000 batteries in my life, at least.
At least.
And to only have one, I cannot wait to charge this, is what I'm saying. I cannot wait.
Versus Popeye's excitement. He falls asleep. It's just amazing.
So one thing to note, Abby, is that so I've been told the layers between each cell are a bit thicker to protect the battery in case of impact, but it's also there to help dissipate the heat for the faster auto discharge of the battery. Okay, so let's look at one more battery, then we're going to get into that charger because there's some huge news. We're going to look at a giant battery. This is a big 6S battery. I haven't seen this yet myself. As with all of these, as I unopen them, I thought it'd be fun to get true initial reactions on these things because look, if you're in this hobby and a good new battery does not excite you, there's something wrong with you. And if you're in the hobby and there's new technology within batteries, like last year or so ago when the Gen 1 of these smart batteries came out and you didn't get excited, there is something wrong with you. So check that out. That is a massive brick of a battery. That's going to fly a lot of my new fast jets that go over 100 miles an hour. And again, only one battery lead. So there's a bigger version. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's the IC5 size. We'll compare that to an IC3. It's the same connector as last gen. These also work with EC5 and EC3. So, you know, backwards compatibility is always really awesome. I'm glad when they come out with a new generation of technology, they could easily put a different tip on there and that would make everything obsolete, or you'd have to get, you know, adapters, and they didn't do that. So I'm really happy about that, especially because they just came out with this smart technology. Let's look at this charger. So there's two things that I'm super pumped about the charger. They say that there's a new user interface and it's supposed to be easier to use. I mean, how easy can it get as is, right? You plug it in, you press go, but supposedly it's going to get even easier. I'm excited just to see how it looks. That's kind of what we're doing in this video. But two things, like I said, that I'm super pumped about. One, when I told Abby when the camera was off, I said, hey, did you know that there's...
opening the box. I'm trying to film both.
I said, did you know that there is actually a timer on this now? So when you're not just guessing, or if you know your voltages and stuff, you can usually kind of tell how much longer is left on your charger. But now you actually have a legit timer on the display that says, hey man, you got 30 minutes left on your battery, or hey, you're down to 2 minutes left. So when you're telling your wife or your kids or your husband and your grandparents, whatever, when you're getting ready to run out the door, how much longer we're ready to go, the batteries, we're waiting on these batteries. Look, 3.5 minutes, just give me 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I can tell you factually right here,
That's
right?
awesome. I like that a lot.
I like that a lot too. So that's a big deal. There's a new user interface on here. We're going to plug this in. I thought maybe I'd spread these videos out and, you know, really, I don't know, spread the video. This is exciting. I think you guys are going to see this powered on. So we'll power this on together. Just get the full initial reaction of me plugging in a battery to this thing. Why not? Let's end the video like that. But the other thing that I'm really excited about, and here's where you guys, if you're going to geek out, this is where you're going to do it. I think, look at the front of the charger, right? You see those EC3 connectors on there? EC5. Can I look at it? Am I allowed to look at it now? Oh, that's so cool.
Watch you do it. Do it for yourself.
I thought the charger may have come like this. See that?
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be one EC3 and one EC5 on there.
IC3 and IC5.
I'm sorry. See, that's why I got happy. Thank you. I thought there'd be one of each. Okay. Luckily, they just blew all of our minds and put them both on there. You don't need to buy these $10 converter wires. You know, I picked up a few myself. I think they're maybe $7 or $8, but I had to pick up a few of those because if you wanted to charge your bigger batteries, the ones with the big tip, you had to get a converter because that just won't plug into the smaller one. So you don't have to buy that anymore. It comes with it, which is amazing. The reason these balance ports are on here, where you can plug in a balanced lead, is because the old generation of battery and just any battery can be charged with this, okay? So they're still supporting all batteries with this charger.
Which is awesome.
It is awesome. They would not have to do that, okay?
They could make it proprietary like somebody we know.
Over in that corner, or DJI.
Or they could be awesome, and they did. They're just awesome.
Why would they limit it? That kind of goes in hand with the new generation of radios. They've added this serial port on the back saying, hey, we acknowledge that other companies do exist. We're not going to restrict you anymore like they used to on the old generation of radios. There is no serial port on the back of that. You really had to hack into the thing. Now you can just plug right in and use your converter and fly whatever.
There's a lot to be said about a company that does that.
I think so. I think so. A lot of people do, and there's going to be a couple of you watching. I'm going to acknowledge you right now because I've geeked out for 90% of the time. We'll say 99. I'm going to acknowledge your 1% guys. Hey, that's expensive. That's overpriced. Look, some guys say I don't want to buy anything from China. I only want to buy America. This is as America as it gets. Horizon, they employ hundreds of Americans. They have customer support. You're paying for that, right? Just remember that when you buy this kind of thing. And when you buy something from our link in the description box below, you're supporting us. I'm not going to hide that. You know, we are Americans. We live here in the States. And if you want to support America, this is as America as it gets. So I just want to acknowledge the price, realizing there are way cheaper alternatives out there, but we're talking about groundbreaking technology. You can buy a charger for $1/4 the price, but it does a fraction of what this is doing now. And you know what? You're always going to pay for conveniences, and that's just amazing. So I'm going to go back to geek out mode, and I think it's time to plug one of these in and see how easy it actually is to charge. No secrets here. I'm not going to, like, we might cut it to make it less boring, but I'm not going to cut anything out. If I make any mistakes on charging this for the very first time you guys see me charging a battery, let's just do that together. They're saying it's easy, let's see how easy it is. Okay, I've not looked at the instructions or anything. I'm just going to take my general battery knowledge and give this a shot. Cool so far. No battery detected. Okay, so I assume we plug in a battery. Let's go. What? No battery balance port? What are we doing? Now, of course, I would normally use a LiPo bag here. I encourage you to do the same. We plug in a battery. Initializing smart charging. So, I have pressed nothing, and it's charging. Abby, we have found the charger for you.
You didn't even have to press go.
No, nothing.
This is perfect.
You literally plug in the battery, and it charges.
Wow.
So we have up here a little indicator that tells us how full it is. It's telling us 49%. Over here, we're at 5 amps. If I were charging, so this is where we can geek out a little bit. So this is a 5,000 milliamp battery, which also is equivalent to 5 amps. And if I was going to plug this into an old charger, I would set it at 5 amps. That's where I would set it. And it's telling us that from a storage charge, which is 50%, it has 35 minutes to go. 34. How
You guys see that?
stinking cool.
It tells you how much. Now it's at 34 minutes, guys.
Wow.
We can do so much in 34 minutes.
Okay, so let's take a look. All right, here we go. Here's the fancy fun part. Let's switch this up to our big IC5 connector. So no more messing around with other junk. And I plug this sucker in, and let's see what it does. This is literally the first time I've done anything on here. So channel 1 over here, channel 2 up here. And it's displaying, see how that's orange over here? I can see that that one was set at about 40%. It set itself, that's a 5,000 milliamp battery. This is 6 cells. I've got a 3 cell over here and a 6 cell on this side, charging at the same time. We have our little indicator up here, 46%, 5 amps. We have 25, 26, 77, 28 milliamps input already. And then the charge time, it's going to take a minute to calculate that, just like the other one. There it goes, 37 minutes. Wow. Now, we can explore and navigate through the menu and stuff in another video. I just wanted to show you guys this amazing, mind-blowing technology. To those of you that are in the hobby, you get it. You totally get it. And I high-five you right now, virtual fist bump. That is amazing. Mind is blown. Mind blown. There you have it. That's as easy as it gets. It cannot get any easier. So this opens up so many doors for a lot of reasons. It's going to make conveniences for all of us that are already in the hobby much easier, less stressful. But let's take a minute and appreciate how many new people this can open the doors for in our hobby. So no matter who you are, no matter what viewpoint you have for the whole industry, whether you're a Traxxas fan, an Arma fan, whatever side of the fence you're on, I'm on both, just so you know. More Arma than Traxxas. Never mind. But I own some Traxxas stuff, whether you're an airplane flyer, a race drone guy, the weight to your race drones, or at least you're never going to cut that with your race drone props anymore. I mean, just so many conveniences for all of us just happened, okay? But no matter where you stand, no matter how much you like or dislike Horizon or Spektrum or these brands or anything, your experiences, I think we can all appreciate the fact that this could help more people get into the hobby. I know a lot of people, because we help people get into this hobby. For 8 years, that's what we've done on YouTube. We help people get into the hobby. So many people get stumped when they don't get a USB charger in the mail that does it for them, a 2-cell LiPo balancer that does it for them, and they have to charge on something like this old junk. Okay, it's not junk, it's actually a good charger back in the day. When you see something like this, and you've got this tiny little display, and you have to know how to hit these 5 buttons to go beep, 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 beep.
I never charge a single battery on that. I refused to. It was just too intimidating.
It was something she didn't want to learn. What if I do it wrong? I'll damage the battery, won't I? Yeah, if you do it wrong, it can damage the battery. I mean, I want you to do it. I always
burn down your house.
I've encouraged her so many times to try it. And I keep those to charge the batteries that I do have, this kind of thing, you know. Actually, this can charge most of your batteries, but I keep it just in case. There's still decent chargers. But, you know, I'm Nate from the TheRcSaylors. I've got a ton of stuff, a ton of RCs, a ton of batteries. I got to have a wide variety of things and knowledge on this stuff. And I've prided myself on the knowledge of those batteries. However, I've always been very aware of how intimidating it can be to get into the hobby and charge those batteries for the first few times, and always question, am I doing it right? Now these new people in the hobby know for a fact they're doing it right. They can go buy their tracks. Actually, they can't because they're proprietary batteries.
Well, they can.
You could convert it. I know. And just
or they can snip off the proprietary.
Yes.
And put it.
and you can buy, you know, low Cs. All these airplanes I'm looking at over here and stuff. You can buy whatever RC you want. Ask us, Nate, what battery should I get for that? We'll tell you the right battery. Get the right charger, and you just literally plug it in, and they're charging right now. You can adjust that if you want it to charge faster or slower. You can adjust your batteries too. They storage charge they start to go into it at 72 hours. So I'm happy. That's amazing. That's easier than I expected it to be. It said in the little pamphlet thing that I got that said, hey, here's a little summary of the stuff, that you just plug the battery in and it goes, but I thought you'd at least have to press go, right? I didn't think it would just start charging. So my mind is blown, and I just welcome this new technology into the industry and the hobby. I'm so grateful. Hopefully you guys are too. If you have questions about this stuff, hit us up in the comments. If there's an overwhelming amount of the same question, then I'll consider doing another follow-up video on it. I intend to do more with this over on our shorts channel, but I'll tell you something right now. If I were you guys, and this excited you, and it really should, I'd buy one now. If you have the funds to do it and the means to make it happen, I would buy one now, and whatever batteries you need, because this stuff, if history repeats itself, and it does tend to do that, this will fly off the shelves. They're going to be hard to find. You're going to constantly be on back order and constantly have to wait. So if you're going to have to wait on them, you might as well wait right now. Just use our links. Help support the American guys right here. You know, help support us. Use our links, it helps us, it doesn't cost you a single extra penny. Put your batteries, put your charger on pre-order through our links. Do us a huge favor, it helps keep the lights on so we can bring this kind of content to you guys. And you'll get these sooner than waiting 3 months and having to then wait an additional month or 2 months until they get in stock. It's just a waiting game constantly because there's such high demand. This is going to be even higher demand. So, that's awesome. Guys, I'm excited. I'm so happy. This is an awesome day just to be, you know, an inside video of unboxing a charger and batteries. But this is ridiculous. This is one of the biggest things that's happened to this industry since I've been in the industry. It's amazing. It affects all of us. So for this really cool moment, I just want to take a second and thank God. This is so cool. Very awesome. And I also want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because our channel wouldn't be the size it is now, it wouldn't be what it is now, so that we have the opportunities to bring this information to you guys when we're bringing it to you, if not for that amazing support. And to those of you that use our links, like our videos, watch our videos, comment in our videos, we are so very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you want more follow-up information on this, you better believe I'll be using these chargers and these batteries on a daily basis. I'll continue to talk about these things till you guys probably don't even want to hear me talk about them anymore in future follow-up videos. So if this is your first time on our channel, there's a very good reason to hit subscribe. We will always remind you guys about this stuff. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll have another really cool video popping up right about now.
Probably of that plane.
Maybe of that plane. That is a very cool plane that just came out. New Trojan. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you there.